Peter was your typical suburban guy. His dance moves were limited to an awkward shuffle, his singing voice resembled a cat in distress, and the only Korean he knew was kimchi. But Peter had a dream, and that dream was to become famous. In his mind, what better way to achieve that than by joining a K-pop band? So, one jet-lagged day, Peter found himself in the buzzing, neon-lit heart of Seoul. Armed with nothing but unbridled enthusiasm and a suitcase full of mismatched clothing, he stumbled upon yet another K-pop audition. The band, rather curiously named Galaxy Gyrators, was looking for their next sensation. "Can you sing?" asked Jinho, the band's slightly bemused leader. "Of course." Peter sputtered, "Might actually mean that, secret talent, you know? Hidden. Very hidden." "Dance?" Jinho inquired with a raised eyebrow. Peter performed a move that lives somewhere on the spectrum between the worm and falling gracefully like a sack of potatoes. Let's just say the universe had mercy. Korean skills was the final, half-hearted checkbox. "I know, bulgogi," Peter replied, gleaming, as if he just flaunted a PhD in linguistics. Some odd sympathy, or potentially a prank, led Jinho and company to accept Peter as an experimental concept of the group. As tours lined up and rehearsals became their lives, Peter's general incompetence was overshadowed by his peculiar charm and the inexplicable fondness the internet had developed for him. Memes of Peter Panic, the affectionate nickname bestowed upon him by his fans, spread like wildfire. Enter Brian, a beleaguered cousin who knew how to balance a checkbook and possessed a modicum of social grace. Brian reluctantly became Peter's manager after an impromptu family meeting back home. Frustrated but determined, Brian took the reins of this carnival ride. You realize viral sensations last as long as an ice pop in July, right? Brian groaned over a dodgy Skype connection that made Peter look like a Picasso. I know, Brie. But have you seen my latest meme? I'm looking like a confused pineapple. Peter responded with glee. Each concert became an amalgamation of hapless dance steps, interrupted choruses, and cheers fueled by equal parts endearment and bewilderment from fans. And somehow, against the odds that would make mathematicians despair, Galaxy Gyrators reached the #1 spot in Korea. As Brian tirelessly maneuvered through PR disasters, think Peter mistaking seaweed snacks for dinner mints during a talk show, he marveled at how fame, witless as it seemed, took a fabulous liking to Peter's unusual galaxy. The band and Peter surfed this colorful wave until the inevitable and next big thing caught the K-pop fandom's eye. Yet, by then, he'd left an indelible mark on the scene, a legend whose story was recounted at every training camp for what not to do, and occasionally, just how far sincere exuberance might take you when talent takes a holiday. Peter, the K-pop phenomenon who couldn't sing, dance or speak Korean, had become an icon of our odd times, a pinpoint of unexpected joy. And in the tiniest corners of Seoul, you can still hear an ardent shout-out to Peter echo through the streets, often as a warning, sometimes as hope, and always with a laugh.